This morning I had glitches trying to set up YouTube Live, but I did not let these glitches kill my idea. I mean, I put up a watch list. I had two stocks that I was watching, and it still proved that even though there was issue, what I was doing really matters. What happened this morning was a technical issue. I tried to connect the YouTube live and it wasn't going through. So I think some of you saw it. But the most important thing was the two stocks that I put up. One of them went up about 300% during the market hours, and HCTI that started from after hours yesterday disappointed. But as you saw in the morning video, I bought 80 shares of EEIQ, and I sold that first. Made about $80 before I left for work, and then later on I got in again, and it put me up about 180 uh, dollars. But I wasn't happy going back in because it's not the profit, it's also the process and also the rules that you set for yourself. um if I got in early, which was uh around $5. If you look at here, let's see, I bought 80 shares at $4 82 cents, and then these stocks went up, so I sold at $5 91 cents. Um, all the 80. I could have left half of it and then let it run, but hey, how did I know that it will run forever? So I took my profit. If you look at the graph here, what happened was I I had stocks that were moving pre-market, and then as I always do, I have an two AI agents that I will put the stocks in and then ask based on my parameters, it will just tell me whether the stock, the news that is pushing the stocks is fake or real or hype, right? And I want fresh news all the time. So when I realized that it has some fresh news, I thought it met my criteria. And I don't just trade because AI said that. I just came back to Weibo and also verify with the news. That is what gave me confidence. Um, but after I traded it, there were a couple of stocks that also came. So if you look at the watch list, this were the stocks that I traded. And there's no education that is better than you always staying with the market and see how the market perform and also recognize some patterns by yourself versus what I'm teaching you every video that you watch out there. The reason is simple. What I see, you may not see that, but you may see something that is different from me. And that's what you trying to build your own niche so that all the time it's easy for you to use it. So this is an education, but use this to build your own education, what fits your trading best. So when we look at this, anytime I see a stock, I want to pull the daily candle and see how the stock is moving, right? Because if it is red, that one is no, no, you don't even trade at all because for the most part, it's just going to flop. So when I pulled it this morning, it had a solid green candle. And if you look at here, prior to today, it had a couple of green candles here and there, and then today it just jumped. Okay, so I have a couple of indicators down here that I watch. But if the news or if the stock is strong, all those things will not matter. The stocks is what matters so much. I always pay more attention also to the high of the day, high of the pre-market. So if you look at this, this was the high of the pre-market, and then it takes time for it to just break. So I don't put time on my trading because I'm not the one that telling this uh, market when to bring me sources. What I do is I have patience for the market until, because if you look at it here around 8 o'clock, it way all the way to um, 10 a.m. This was pre-market before it started moving, and then it went down also during the market. It went from 4 to um, 479 right here to 1270, which is a huge move. So this was one of the stocks that I watched this morning, and I put on my watch list also. Um, I didn't have AIIF during the morning. I only had uh, HCTI, which I traded with uh, my other account. So HCTI had a news yesterday. So I was thinking that with the low float and also the news, it traded about 30%. It was gonna trade, but the market opened and it didn't do what I was expecting. But because position size is very important to me, um before, what helped me most was always taking bigger position, and then as soon as I lost, now I'm not trading with logic. I'm over here doing emotional trading. So if you look at it, the first trading that I took, I just bought 80 shares. I had money to buy about 500 or so shares. So imagine if I had bought 500 shares, how much I could have made. But what if it didn't go the way I was thinking? Then it was gonna go against you, and then now your brain, your logic, you're gonna throw it away and then focus on emotions, so there's no thinking for you. So that is why I took a small trade, and then that made me some money, gave me a boost. Then my thinking is right, and then I went in, get it. As time goes on, I found IFF also. So I saw it because I saw the candlesticks, and then that was what I was looking for. So what I'm saying, you being around the market, you can always learn candlesticks, you can learn indicators, you can learn the news and stuff. You have to be able to enter into a stock from a very different perspective, not just one, not just news, not just candlesticks, not just indicators, right? When I found these stocks, it had come up, broke pre-market high. It was around that time. So I was like, okay, what's going on with these stocks? Let me go ahead and pull it. So I did. It was pre-market around two, let me see, 240. It was around this area. So if I look at EAFF buy, when I bought 300 shares at 230, so it was around here when this stock came up. I had patience for it. It just crawl up, consolidating, crawl up, and then it went all the way. I think the last one that um, I sold at 306. So you could see that I had patience for these stocks. So you don't always get every stocks during the pre-market. There will be time that market opens, you also get uh, some stocks. So always have patience and then look at it. But in the morning, what was I looking for? I was paying attention to uh, the market capital. I was paying attention to the float, which is the shares that was available for trade in the market. So, but is that the only thing that you look at, and or do you apply the same float to every stocks, knowing that we have different prices of stocks? No, I don't do that. That is why you want to put more education into day trading, so that you know that if a stock price is in cents or is $1, maybe a higher float is still going to move the stock, because now people can buy more with smaller amount of money, versus if the stock price is 20, $50. A few of them can be purchased by investors. Okay, so which stocks am I talking about? I'm talking about VSA. VSA started um, in the morning. If you look at it around here, it was like 70 cents. When I saw it was around 80 cents. So I got about 500 shares through my I got about 500 shares through my interactive brokers, and it put me up. If anybody that's following me on my TikTok and also Facebook, you see that I posted it over there. It put me up about $170 with less than $500 that I purchased, which was a very huge move. But because I also had HCTI over there, it also reduced the profit that I made, which is still cool because now I traded two stocks. I'm still in green. What else am I looking for? So that is what happened this morning. But with the glitches, I'm over here every day trying to um improving upon it every single day. So let's just hope that we get time to meet at 5 a.m. every morning, and then we can improve this community. All right. Also looking at stocks that are popping up after the market had closed. We have few stocks here. We have Yuka, we have GVH, GMX, and etc. So what I'm gonna do is just go ahead and look at them and also the news and see which one has a potential of moving up. But if I'm analyzing stocks, I want to use the daily candle so that I know. Okay, so this one has a red candle, so I'll pass by. Let's see if yes, GV um H has a green candle. It has the float of 2.2 million, which is also low. But what news is pushing these stocks? They filed three initial beneficial ownership statements. Um, I will still pass on the stocks and wait until the market opens tomorrow and see. So it won't be on my watch list. So if you look at this, it looks like a doji candle right here, but it's green. Today is the first green candle. So it has opportunity, has a potential of moving tomorrow. And the market share that is out is about 1.4 million, which is also low. On top of it, it secure 4.2 million first commercial order for cannulary robots. So I think this stock also has the potential of moving. If that is the case, let's go ahead and look at potential uh, hiccups that these stocks are going to encounter in case it's moving because right now it's around $1.50 15 cents. So it's $1 30 cents. These stocks will have a resistance right here around here. S- and then there will be this immediate high of the day, which is 190. So if I'm gonna be interested, I'm gonna wait to see that it holds above $1.35. And then if it breaks it down and come back to break it again on upward trend, then I'll be interested. But this will be the only stocks that I'll have on my watch list for tomorrow morning. It went up about 27%. Now, VSA, this is the stock that I was watching. So this stock has a share float of 1 million. And today was the first green day. Today was the first solid green day. So during the market, it went high was $1, I think $1.29. And then it dropped again to one around $1, and then after hours, after the market closed, it just went up all the way to 270. And normally, if you want to trade after hours, stocks that goes up around 150%, 200%, or 300%, what you want to do is you always want to look for the high of the day, and after markets, if you come back to break it, that is where interest for other new buyers steps in. So I'm going to watch this talk tomorrow and see if it gonna do continuations. But I always like fresh news because investors got into it today, make some money, some lost some money, and then tomorrow there's going to be a fight. So if it doesn't come back to break 220 over here, there's no way I'm going to involve myself into it. So this is going to be the only stock that I'll put on my watch list for tomorrow. Um, I will be here during the morning around 5 a.m. Arizona time. So I hope there will be no glitches tomorrow. If you have anything to say, feedback, or anything you think that can make this community better, please put it in the chat and be honest and also respectful. And we keep improving every day. See you at 5 a.m. tomorrow morning and stay focused, be patient, and do not chase stocks. If you are new to trading, what you have to understand is if you were going to be a doctor, you wouldn't just wake up in the morning and start giving people medication and recommending shots and here and there. You're going to go to school and take some time to learn a craft. So if you this is what you want to do, just pay attention, take your time. Don't put money on the line until you understand what you're doing, until you are comfortable in taking trade, and you start from small positions. As you getting more comfortable, then you increase. Whatever I put here is just for education purpose. If you're gonna put your money on the line, please do due diligence. I'm not a financial expert or financial advisor. I only put this one here as an education because I've been trading for over 15 years. I see you in the morning.